Welcome to the 3G Fitness Podcast,
where 3 generations of trainers come together to discuss all things fitness related.
Join us as we share insights, tips, and stories from our diverse experiences as we unravel the secrets of staying fit.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 3G's podcast of fitness. My name is Coach Cisco.
I'm Coach Michael.
And I'm Coach Kyle.
And today we're going to talk about something right up your guys' alleyway. What are we going to talk about today, Mike?
Mr. Olympia 2024.
Yes, and that just happened.
Yeah, it was up in Las Vegas.
It was in Las Vegas recently, right? I believe it was like 2 weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago it was, And so who won it? Who took first?
So the
For which division are we talking about? If we're talking about classic division, it's Chris Bumstead. It's his 6th Mr. Olympia.
Okay.
In a row.
In a row.
And then he decided to retire.
That's the guy with the mustache, right?
That is the guy with the mustache, yes. Super humble dude. He's from Canada. He has a lisp.
Yeah. I'm not too familiar with most of these athletes, so I don't follow this sport as much. So that's why I'm going to probably ask a lot of questions just to get a feel of it, because So is he like the main top winner overall of the whole thing?
Not overall,
Samson was the one, but he got like, what, 600,000?
Prize money?
For first place, you know. Samson, am I going to say that right?
Dauda. I don't know how to say his last name.
I know.
D-A-U-D-A.
D-A-U-D-A.
That was the guy that was Mr. Olympia.
Yeah. That was his first time winning, and he won $600,000.
$600,000?
But
Sebum's been winning for the past 6 years in his division, and he's only been getting $50,000 a year.
He was a runner-up last year, right?
Samson?
Yeah, he was. He was a runner-up last year.
I know last year was Derek Lunsford who won Open.
Yeah, he was a
which
runner-up.
Derek ended up being, third this year?
And then Chopin got second.
Hottie
Yeah, he
Chopin.
got 250,000. Man, I didn't know they made that much.
It is pretty crazy.
That's a lot of money.
That was a second place guy got 250,000?
Yeah.
And that was off of the top class, right? Mr. Olympia class.
Yeah.
So there's Mr. Olympia class.
Mm-hmm.
What else? What other classes underneath
212 is below it.
212? And what is that
like
called?
The weight cap.
Oh, the weight cap.
Yeah.
And so then what did Chris Bum won?
50,000.
But what class is he?
Classic physique.
That's crazy because these guys right here, Lansford won 100,000, getting more than
right.
Now
think about it like this. So Chris Bumstead has won 6 years in a row. Mm-hmm. Multiply his 50,000 by 6. He's only made half of what Samson just earned in a day.
What?
In the last 6 years, and you've been hearing and seeing about Chris Bumstead a lot.
Yeah,
not knowing much about like the industry, but he's kind of like the face of it.
Exactly. I was like, I see his social media and he blows up. Everyone always shares them and whatnot. But I didn't even know who Samson was.
Yeah.
And whatnot. So Samson with just won 600,000.
Yeah.
And then homeboy with the mustache was only
50,000.
50,000, and he's been the one that's been like 6 years in a row, and he just retired too, right? I saw that as well.
Yeah, which is cool because he actually said that he's gonna try to talk to all the upper people in the industry to see if he can up the prize money for the future competitions. Like he's gonna try to put his own money to increase the prize money, which is cool.
Really?
That contribution to himself,
Why does like other ones get paid more though? Even like second place got paid more than
third place too.
Good question.
Is that just because that's like the top of the top weight like category? Is that the majors or anything like that, and the other guys are more like minor leagues?
Yeah, that's a big show right there.
And I don't want to say minor leagues, right? Because it is the Olympia. That's
exactly.
the best of the whole world.
Yeah.
I just thought everyone got paid the same. I didn't even this is all new to me. I'm all like, if I'm seeing this guy all over my social media blowing up, the Chris guy and whatnot, Sebum. That's how I know him as.
Yes, exactly.
Sebum. And if I'm seeing that, I'm assuming that's the richest guy. I'm assuming that's the number one guy. I'm assuming, he's the top paid. But he's not. Samson is, huh?
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
Where was Arnold in all this back in the day?
Well, Arnold
was.
I was gonna ask what his.
Ronnie Coleman won Mr. Olympia 8 times.
Ronnie Coleman was okay.
Arnold won it 7?
Arnold 7, yeah.
Yeah, he won it 7 times. and stuff. So
someone else too. He's tied up with someone else.
But I don't know what at that time back in the 90s.
What the prize monies were?
What the prize money is.
Well,
we'll find out.
Were they the
Let's
ones
see.
getting at least paid more? The same, like obviously we're.
I would bet that what they're getting prize money back then is a lot less than.
Because like I said, I know Ronnie Coleman, and the same thing is like, all right, if Ronnie Coleman was Mr. Olympia back then, everyone kind of knew about him. Like I said, I thought C-Bum would be Mr. Olympia based on what I'm seeing today. How did this guy's popularity overtake?
Arnold Schwarzenegger was paid nothing for winning the Mr. Olympia title, but he did win the competition 7 times. Crazy. In 1960s, the champion received 1,000. 1990, it was 100,000. 2009, it was 250,000, and then now it's at 400 or 600.
So obviously, Arnold is probably, they paved the way to make it more popular. They probably paved the way to bring more eyes, more sponsorships into it.
Right.
Because honestly, I mean, I'm into fitness. I'm not into any of this. But as my years in this industry has grown, this has been more, there in front of me.
It's becoming more prevalent for sure.
It's a way more popular. And then not just that, when you're in this industry, you meet a lot of people that are in it and whatnot. So it's something. I mean, we've already interviewed like multiple people and whatnot that bodybuild. So to me, it's a fascinating sport. I don't follow it as much, but definitely something that catches my attention on the discipline.
That you might be able to answer this better than me, but this is what I think. Because back in my time, Joe Weider was the one who got the Mr. Olympia going, right? Mm-hmm. And so Arnold was like his baby. Mm-hmm. Because he brought him from Amsterdam, and took him under his arm and made him Arnold who he is. So he was like his favorite and stuff. So Ronnie Coleman
is the best.
He won it 8 times, right? And stuff, but he wasn't really, that. I don't know. Ronnie Coleman to me wasn't as big as Arnold.
Muscular wise or popularity wise?
Like popularity wise, I think is what he's talking about, right?
You're talking about popularity wise?
Yeah, popularity wise. I don't think he was as big as Arnold. Arnold was like the big thing,
Yeah, I mean, he went on to do some movies.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So.
He went on and did some movies. He went on and, he was Mr. Terminator.
And was Arnold obviously did it with, was more classic, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then as the years progressed, board shorts started coming into the picture, right? Because I remember, I think Shane.
Men's physique.
Yeah, and to him, we just interviewed Shane. He even said it too. He's like, in the 90s, they didn't offer that. Like, board shorts weren't there. But now I'm seeing a lot of board shorts and whatnot. So that's men's physique.
Yeah.
How did all that kick in and how did it all get started?
Well, it's a good question. I don't know. I don't follow that.
No? Okay.
Because I always believed in like the classic
shorts.
physique, Like I always thought that legs should always be part of the full package. So men's physique doesn't show legs, so it's like I never got into that.
Right, because it's the waistline in board shorts. Their waistlines are not as small as physique and classic.
Really?
And they're not able to get it down that small. I mean they can, but the shorts.
It's just if you don't have your legs, it doesn't give that much of an illusion.
Right.
Because if you have big legs, it can also make your
it gives you the illusion that your waist looks smaller.
Yeah, but that competition is kind of more for like that beach body look ish.
It is. It is. I mean, I remember. We had Shane on here, right?
Yeah.
He does that, and he was telling me that he goes after the competition. They told him, if you want to go classic or physique, you got to bring your waistline down more. And he was saying that he felt his waistline was
as low as it could be.
Yeah. He might not be able to get it that low.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was brought in because of the fact that they won't do well in classic or physique. So that division was brought in for that.
I'm looking up. I know you guys sent me something.
But in the women, it's the same thing because now they got willingness.
Wellness,
yeah.
Willingness.
I don't know.
The willingness to build.
The willingness to be a wellness competitor.
Wellness is a much bigger.
We just had a wellness competitor here.
Yes, we did.
My friend,
Right. They're just much bigger, right?
Now, okay, so now there's men's
I guess
physique,
so.
there's
I guess
wellness,
so.
there's classic. Is the payout different for each category?
I think men's physique, everything else but like that main Mr. Olympia is like 50,000 for the first 50, 30, and 20 and stuff like that.
Ah, okay. Damn. I did not know that. I didn't even know they got 600,000 shit.
It's a lot.
I didn't know either.
When I saw it, I was
Yeah.
like, "Wow, man, that's a lot of money."
Yeah.
You know.
Shit, I
I
thought.
think
But
overall though,
it's
the bodybuilding
it's a-
community
it-
is just it's not that lucrative. It never was to begin with.
I mean, I'll take 600,000.
Yeah,
Well,
but like,
But I
just
get it.
overall, you know.
Yeah, you
like,
know.
like I think most people, most bodybuilders, they try to bank on like making money mainly from
Sponsorships.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I would think. So I mean, like I said, C-Bum has like 25 million followers on Instagram. So it's like you see
Right,
that
from,
stuff
like,
and whatnot.
those endorsements.
It's all
whatever.
like this. Him doing all of this opens the door and whatnot, and people are just constantly sharing him and whatnot. So I think the same thing with Arnold. Arnold didn't do this for the money, and when Arnold did it, it opened up opportunities for him.
Yeah.
So-
Arnold did. Arnold was the king of, like I say, he was the king of bodybuilding and stuff. But if you think about the money that they make, they go through a lot. You
Yeah.
know, to be, to train as a bodybuilder, you go through a lot, man. It's a big training regimen you got to deal with, man. Your eating has to be spot on.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be spot on. You can't cut corners. And
So imagine for those people doing that and then not getting paid as much as these guys,
That's what
like
I'm
on
saying.
the lower divisions.
Oh, yeah.
Like how do they keep themselves motivated to just carry on?
That's crazy. I didn't.
and the way physical fitness is going now, everybody's looking at them in the magazines or online and stuff like that, and
Well,
trying to follow them and stuff.
It's similar to, like I said, every time you've shared your life story of fitness, you said you had a bunch of magazines and
We
things
had
like that and whatnot. Now today's time,
It's
it's all on
online.
social
Yeah.
media. Like I
Yeah.
said, I'm not even a big fan of any of this, but I open up social media and I guarantee you I'll probably see like 5 bodybuilders in my feed like that right away,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's still part of a fitness interest of
It
what I
is,
like.
It is.
And of course,
It's definitely been booming for this last
it
couple of years
definitely
or so.
has. Like I said,
Yeah.
and if I see that and I'm like looking in, like, oh, damn, I want to look like him. I'm all like, I want to, and I'm starting to pay attention to their workouts or anything like that. So it's crazy how going back to the generationals of how we are. You had your magazines. We have now our social media, but it's still the same. We're admiring and like getting inspiration from this too.
Yeah. I think it's good that it's getting traction and popularity because these prizes are probably just going to continue to increase,
That's
which
crazy.
is good for them.
So this,
Because the IFBB they just come into existence, but it was never the IFBB. Okay, it was, I can't even remember what it was called back then. But Joe
It was
Weider,
the,
because
uh,
Joe
yeah,
Weider,
yeah,
Joe
hold on.
Weider controlled bodybuilding at that time, because they had the Weider magazine and stuff like that, you know. And so, since the IFBB's taken over, they've made it more lucrative.
yeah, and that's crazy. So this is the payout for Mr. Olympia: 600,000 for first place, 250,000 for second place, 100,000 for third place. Even third place, you get money.
That's what I was just saying. Third place got more than
Than the other winners in the other categories. All right, so this is dope, man. I didn't know any of this. Fourth place, 40,000. Fifth place, 35,000. That's crazy, and it's always like the top 5 of every category, right?
Yeah.
So that's crazy, man. And this was always, and Olympia's always in Vegas. I do know that, right? It's usually held in Vegas.
Yeah, usually I can't answer that. Is it usually?
Is it?
I think it might be.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I always
It's been in Vegas.
Yeah, because I always see a lot of like friends go out there
Now.
and whatnot, travel and get there and things like that. So that's now here's, like I said, I don't follow this as much or anything like that. And I know like this is, sometimes it's obvious, sometimes it's not. But like, is there like powerlifting? Is there tested and non-tested?
No. There was at one time.
IFBB technically
There
is
was
not tested.
one.
Yeah.
Back in my day, it used to be an application.
Mm-hmm.
You would fill it out and say, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not." Now it's just rampant.
Really?
Everybody's doing. I mean, I think you have
it
to.
depends on like the division. Like what's the main powerlifting division or head or whatever that people compete in?
So there's USPA and then USPL, and then usually.
So those two alone, I'm sure they have their differences on how strict they are when it comes to
they do.
Like that. So it's the same thing here,
Okay.
Like
in other words, in bodybuilding, they just won't say, okay, you and you come on the back and get, give us a urine sample.
Yeah.
They won't do that.
Oh.
It's not done in bodybuilding. They don't.
Because in powerlifting they do that.
No.
In powerlifting, sometimes if like they see somebody and then they're killing numbers,
they'll
be like Michael Felcher, Cisco, Kyle, just come over here. We're gonna do it quick, and then they take a urine, and
then if you're positive, they take it away from you, and you're banned.
So that's why I wasn't too sure, because I'm like I said, in powerlifting,
everybody's on roids.
but,
well, there is a science to it.
Yeah.
There is a science.
Drugs they have now, man, are so hard, almost hard to detect. Because if you stop your cycle at a certain period, it will go through you, and then if you're tested, they won't see it. On a cycle, because you do a cycle and then you stop for a period of time. Just before the
cycle,
competition.
like
Cycling
stop
it?
so it's not in your system or
yeah.
something like that, and then you have your beta blockers to probably prevent certain things and things like that.
So
very similar to like UFC. I'm a huge UFC guy.
Yeah,
there's a lot of them that use like beta blockers so they can get around it or something like that. Yeah,
because they have those 8, 6 week, 4 week cycles and stuff that you go through, but way before the competition comes, and then you stop, and then it gets through you. So it's kind of hard to detect, but I would say it's being used a lot.
So
it says the IFBB does some urine drug testing, but critically not out of competition randomized drug tests.
Okay. Oh well, there.
So IFBB's been doing this. Has started their organization. When did they start it?
When did they start it?
Yeah. When did
you ever seen that one movie with Joe Weider?
LeBron.
That's when it was. I think it was like 60s, 70s.
Like pumping iron.
Yeah. You never seen that little movie with Joe Weider and how he started the whole IFBB Federation?
Oh, okay. No, I did.
No? Oh, that was a good movie.
What movie is it called?
I think it's called Bigger.
Called Bigger. Check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe you might see
Joe
something.
Weider movie.
So
it just it's called Bigger. It was basically like how he kind of found Arnold and he started the IFBB Federation, and then it started getting more traction than the other bodybuilding federation.
Okay. Oh.
It was a good movie. It's called Bigger.
Well, all I can say is, congratulations on all the winners of the Mr. Olympia.
And let's lay them down, man. I got a list right here. I feel like I'm part of the group. All right. Miss Olympia, Andrea Shaw, 2012 or 212 Olympia.
212, yeah.
212 is, what is it? Keon Pearson?
Keon, yeah.
Oh, these are the women. So Fitness Olympia, Missy Truscott. Figure Olympia, Sydney. I'm not gonna say that. Is it Gillen?
You see?
Sydney Gillen?
I'm not gonna say it either, man.
It's USA. I mean, the women's physique Olympia was Sarah Colombia from Colombia. Sarah Villegas. I can say that one. Brazil was the wellness Olympia, Isabel Nunes, and that was the women's section. So damn, women getting down on this. Now on the men's section, Mr. Olympia, as we said, was Samson. Classic physique Olympia was Chris Bumstead. Men's physique, Ryan Terry. Bikini Olympia, Laura Lee Chapados from Canada. Hey, there's a lot of Canadians up in here, man. And then wheelchair Olympia, Harold Kelly. What is wheelchair Olympia like?
I guess that's exactly what it sounds like.
Yo, why are we not talking about Harold?
Disabled
that is
bodybuilding.
dope.
They have wheelchair.
That's dope.
Wheelchair Olympia. Literally, Wheelchair Olympia, Harold Kelly from USA.
Harold.
Look
Kelly.
that up, man. We got to give that man a shout out because
Wheelchair
I've never heard of that.
Olympia.
And so, man, we're gonna probably look more into that, but that is very dope, and we want to just congratulate all of those winners. I'm sorry if I butchered your name, but congratulations to all the winners in Mr. Olympia and Olympia, Miss Olympia. We do know that's a lot of work. That we do know that.
Yeah, it definitely is a lot
That
of
is
work.
a worldwide competition. It takes a lot to qualify. I do know that, and to be out there, even if you were just on stage for Olympia, congratulations to those who just being on stage.
Just to get there, just to qualify for that.
Yep, exactly. So you know what? Like I said, this was a nice, fun topic to talk about. I hope you guys, can chime in, leave us some comments, what you think about Olympia, who's your favorite bodybuilder. I know mine is always going to be Kyle, but besides that,
What about me, man?
my name is Coach Cisco.
I'm Coach Kyle.
I'm Coach Michael.
We'll catch you guys on the next episode.
We're out of here. Okay.
Later.